There is a new sports documentary now streaming on Netflix called Who Killed the Montreal Expos? Joining us now is the film's director, Jean-François Poisson, who joins us, I believe, sir, from Montreal?
Yeah.
It is great to have you. And I got to say right off the bat, congratulations on this film. I'm a big baseball fan, have been for many years. My first game ever was at a pre-Olympic stadium, Montreal Expos game at Old Jerry Park when I was a wee lad. There are so many things that you've done so well in this film. As much as I think I know baseball, I'd always been under the assumption that really the death of the Expos began in the mid-90s with that strike. But you really paint a picture of just this perfect storm of so many different people and so many elements that led to the Expos leaving. Give our viewers a little breakdown on what you discovered when you started making this film.
Oh, I discovered that it was a complex story. There's not only one thing. Baseball, the Expos, this Expo saga was so long, and there are so much more than just one answer. It started with the strike, yes, but a lot of decision that has been made after that, I think maybe just help the Expos, the death of the Expos, and we tried to show people all the different suspects and what were their implication in that story, because it's really it's a big story.
It is, and for me, my takeaway was all about how the game was changing. It was different from the game I grew up with as a kid, where you have an owner like the Bronfman family, who well known in this country, where they were wealthy enough from the 60s until the 90s, but all of a sudden they weren't wealthy enough anymore to compete with big market baseball. And between that and a stadium that was once the state of art, that's now crumbling, and fan base leaving when players get traded, as I said, it just seemed to be a lot of things that contributed, not just, of course, the strike.
Yes, of course. There's so much thing. The stadium was a big one. It's still crumbling right now. They are trying to renovate it. I don't know.
What's interesting too is, again, carrying the soap opera theme a little further, you have at the 11th hour this big Wall Street American billionaire that's sweeping in. He's going to save the team. He says all the right things. He brings his son-in-law, who, let's be honest, you really just don't want to like. But he comes in with $19 million, leaves a brief time later, like 2 or 3 seasons later, with $120 million in his pocket. And then all of a sudden, the Expos are in this unenviable position where they're being run and overseen by the league itself.
Yeah, and I think it never happened in MLB history. That was the sad part. And I wanted to show every angle of the story, because it was so easy to blame the Americans. At some point they did wrong, they did something, but it's another way to see business, and we can see the clash of culture here, because we in Quebec don't see business like that. We're more consensual, and when someone is coming like that with speaking confident, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna save you, this is how it works, it was hard for us. But the consensual way of running the team didn't happen, so we had to try something.
It really had that feeling when, I guess, a few years earlier in the 90s, when the Quebec Nordique, a great hockey team, left for Denver, bigger TV markets, bigger money.
Yeah. It's always about money. I think a professional sport is about money, really, and it is really what I wanted to show, a clash of culture, but this eternal battle between money and passion, and who's winning between both of them. I won't tell the answer, but it's easy.
Yeah, I would say too, one of the things you did well, and pardon the pun, but covering all your bases. I love the fact that you had all these great now Hall of Famer players, people like Pedro Martinez, Vladdy Guerrero Sr., Larry Walker, also former manager Philippe Alou, all coming back that had nothing but great things to say about the city, the fans, and the team.
Yeah, and it was so important to give that to the fans. We wouldn't do a film without those players, and we had to choose because everybody wanted to be in it. Montreal was special for the players, and they was like collateral victims of this saga, because they were on the field and they lived all those business decisions. So we had to talk to them, and they were so kind, because it's rare. They don't talk a lot about this part of the Expos history, and it was so nice meeting them. And I think the people, the fans, will be really happy to see them.
Yeah, it was great to see them toward later in the film when they come back for reunions and everything with the fans. That's great because these guys have all gone on to Hall of Fame careers, which is great. It's also interesting. The last question for you that Le Canadien, that's hockey like it is out here in BC. It's interesting though, but because with the hockey, yes, but there's a long history of baseball in Montreal. I cite the first integrated game with iconic Jackie Robinson. He played his first integrated game in Montreal for the Monarchs. There was a long history, so it made it even sadder to see the team leave.
Yeah, and you can realize why people were so hurt when the team just left suddenly. And I realized doing this film how a professional sports team can be really important in someone's life. It can be, it can help an immigrant to integrate the community. It can help a father to open a discussion with his son. It's so important in the community, and I realized really why it was so painful for Montrealers to lose that team. They were so proud of it, and it was just gone.
Yeah. It is a wonderful documentary with a sad story, but you've done a great job on this, and as I said, you've given it from all angles, so it's great to see. Who Killed the Montreal Expos? Now streaming on Netflix. The director, Jean-François Poisson, has been talking to us about that. Thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on a great film.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you loved it.